Okay, so let's have a look at working 3 or adjustment 3 from McCormack 2022 exam paper company accounts. So it says during the year a warehouse which cost 120,000 was destroyed by fire. So we're going to reduce our buildings by 120,000. The insurance company had agreed to contribute 115,000 compensation. So we're going to create an insurance compensation that's going to go into our balance sheet as part of a current asset because this is money that's owed to us, and then we're going to have to find out whether we made a profit, a loss, or broke even from this accident. So 120,000 or whatever the value is in loss, take away whatever we got from the insurance company. Now we know that we don't usually make a profit from insurance, so we're either going to break even or we're going to make a loss. If we make a loss, that loss needs to be recorded in our profit and loss as part of expenses, because that's an expense to the business. So anytime you get an adjustment with a warehouse or stock being destroyed by fire, so especially the warehouse one that we're looking at here, your buildings is going to decrease by the amount of damage that was done. We're going to create a compensation account that's going to go into your balance sheet, current asset, and then we're going to calculate whether we made a loss or we broke even on the accident or damage that has occurred. So the warehouse, then we're going to go back to our buildings. So our land and buildings at cost is a 1,760,000. So 1,760,000. We're going to take away the damage out of fire, which in the question I think is 120,000. So 120,000. So our new figure then for our land and buildings is going to be 1,640,000. So if we need to do any more adjustments, that's the figure we're going to be using. Your compensation, then we're just going to create a compensation and how much we received. So we received 115,000. That's going to go into your balance sheet as a current asset because it's money that's owed to us. And then we're going to find out whether we made a loss or break even from it. So the damage that it cost is 120,000. We got insurance of 115. So that means then that we made a loss on this accident of 5,000. That goes into your profit and loss underneath your expenses. This 164,000 will probably, you can see your next adjustment is looking at buildings are to be depreciated 2% of cost per annum. So we're going to be adjusting that, or we'll be adjusting the figures, any revaluation. No, so that seems to be the figure we're going to be using for our buildings. So this figure then is going to go into your balance sheet as your tangible assets. We got our balance sheet in our current assets, and then we got our balance sheet, our profit and loss then as part of our expenses. So 3 accounts to be adjusted when our warehouse is destroyed, our buildings is going to be decreased, our compensation is going to be increased. So we're going to create an account that's going to go into your balance sheet as a current asset because the money is owed to us from the insurance company, and then calculate whether we made a loss or broke even on the compensation that we received in relation to the damage that has happened. Okay, so that's working 3 for company accounts for the 2022 paper McCormack.